Hi and welcome to MacMost Now. I'm Gary Rosenzweig. Today I've got a book review for you. The book I'm going to look at is Mac OS X Leopard Phrasebook. This is a really interesting book because it goes into all of the terminal commands that you can use with Mac OS X Leopard, and it's got some really useful information. It's a pretty small format too. Let's take a look. The Mac OS X Leopard Phrasebook by Biran Tiemann is a really short, small format book. It's about 300 pages, so it's a quick guide really. And what it's about is it's about how to do things on the Mac using the terminal window more or less. Let's take a look at the terminal window in case you're not familiar with it. So here we have the terminal window here, and you just open it up. You get to this by going to Applications, Utilities. And it basically gives you a window to the root operating system, which is a flavor of Linux called BSD, at the heart of Mac OS X. And it's a command line interface, meaning you type something and you get something back. And this is how computers all worked before Mac and Windows started in the 80s. So for instance, we'll type a command ls, and this will list the files in the current directory. So we see there's a bunch of folders there. And for instance, if we wanted to go to the desktop, we could change directory, cd, to the desktop, and now it tells us we're on desktop, and we can list the files there. So we can see what files are there and then do a bunch of different things with them. For instance, you can there's simple text editors. You can do things like renaming files, copying files, that sort of thing. This is exactly the sort of thing that Brian goes over in this book. And Brian seems to be a Unix guy from way back, and so he likes to use this command line stuff. I do too as well. So there's lots of useful tips in here. I learned a few things about certain commands in here and what you can do. For instance, in the terminal, you can do things like renaming files using wildcards. So you can rename a whole bunch of files according to what the old file name was. So say if you have picture 1 through picture 100 and you want to change it to image 1 to image 100, you can do that using some commands that you can learn in this book. There are also some other useful little things that I learned, like the fact that you can drag the icon at the top of a Finder window over into Terminal and then drop it there, and it will put the full path name of the folder in the terminal, so it saves you from typing a lot there. So if you've been wanting to get into using the terminal, this is a good, quick book for you to learn. And I think even a better audience for this book are people that maybe have already done that a little bit in the past, and they've now maybe recently switched to Mac, and they want to get used to using the terminal for various tasks. This is a pretty good book for that, and it's pretty inexpensive. It retails for $20, but you can get it on Amazon right now for $14 using Amazon discounts. So I'm sure that price will vary. It's pretty good. My main thing is I wish the book even went further. I wish it went deeper. I wish after it ends here at the end of the final chapter, chapter 14, I wish it went just a little bit further, maybe showed more about maybe using the Apache server or something like that. Just a little bit deeper than what it goes right now. I'm sorry, it's 15 chapters. But there are some good things like being able to use some of the good internet tools like traceroute and lookup and things like that. Also being able to use FTP. So there's a lot of good stuff here. So if you're a power user of the Mac, I think this is something you need to add to your library. If you're not a power user, if you're more at the beginner level, I'm going to have some book reviews later this week or next on some beginner's guides to Mac OS X Leopard. Until next time, this is Gary Rosenzweig with MacMost Now.